already seeing the value transfer into digital goods being more valuable than the physical goods. Gucci are selling one-off handbags in the digital world for more money than their physical bags. Absolutely, the Metaverse is going to be the next frontier for all technology, all verticals. The world is going to be utterly transformed in the next decade. Citibank, for example, are telling us that this is going to be a $14 to $15 million opportunity. They also think there's going to be 5 billion users by 2030 working on the Metaverse. So if we look at the web today, in Web 2, there are 5 billion users. So 2030, we're going to have a transition across into the Metaverse. And as I said, it's going to touch every vertical, every industry, and we're never going to go back to an analog world. That's a really, really good question, because the dynamic is a shift in how companies operate and how they engage with their customers. The customers will become a community, but there's a 180-degree push where the customers become really important. If we look, for example, at Nike and Artifact, they are engaged with a community, and what they do is when you buy digital opportunity from Artifact, you retain the IP. So the first 100 people that bought Artifact clones are now multi-millionaires because they own the IP to those 3D artifacts, and they've licensed them out for, luggage cases, for movies. So what we're seeing is a value exchange happening essentially in real time. Nike, for example, also did a product drop a few months ago where they generated $280 million in 30 seconds by empowering that community. So we're going to start seeing more of these opportunities. We're going to start seeing bigger opportunities. If you think of something like football, obviously Ronaldo is now playing down here in the kingdom, but there's going to be millions of people around the world that won't be able to get here or couldn't necessarily afford to get here. So we're going to start seeing Metaverse experiences moving into that space where in a football stadium in a physical world may have a 60,000 capacity. In the Metaverse, we've got no capacity issues. So you potentially could have hundreds of thousands of people having a shared experience and value absolutely going in many different ways. It will, an even bigger disruption opportunity, because if we look at the web today, so Web 1 was very much about desktop, and then it moved into mobile. And if you think of the iPhone, it took the iPhone 10 years to utterly change the world. That little piece of glass in our pockets is now a payment gateway. It's a communication device. It's got email. It talks to satellites. Okay, it's magic. It's a little piece of magic in your pocket. Apple are going to be releasing, we believe, their smart glasses this year. They think smart glasses will adopt at twice the rate of the iPhone. That's a 5-year cycle. So if they release this year or even next year, 5 years from now, that's 2028, 2029. We may be looking at smartphone displacement, but you will be phasing between both realities in real time. Shortly, when you walk into a store, you're going to buy a product, but you'll buy a digital version and a physical version. You'll use the digital version to dress your avatar. Business to avatar is going to be a whole new vertical that spins out, where you'll have an avatar for work, for play, for entertainment, and you'll dress them in different styles. We're already seeing the value transfer into digital goods being more valuable than the physical goods. Gucci are selling one-off handbags in the digital world for more money than their physical bags, because the people in the digital world can rent them out to their friends and generate income from them. They can license them out to other avatar owners, for example, generate income from it. So when we look at the community, it's about value exchanges in different ways and disparate income streams coming in. As a worker or as a Gen Z, you're not going to have one job in the future. You may have multiple jobs. You may be a creator across different universes, and you'll be bringing different payment opportunities to bear. It's going to be super exciting. Wonderful. If we look at, for example, Roblox, Roblox are doing some really amazing things where kids are creating games. and dropping these games inside that digital universe and monetizing it. If we look at Minecraft, for example, similar type scenario. Kids are becoming creators in these universes, and again, we've got this value exchange. Fortnite, brilliant example. Fortnite are using their game engine for in-game concerts. So Travis Scott, who toured America just before COVID, East Coast, West Coast, 55 concerts. COVID happened and he could no longer tour. So he did an in-game event inside Fortnite. They sent a motion capture suit to his house in Texas, and he did 4 15-minute shows across the weekend, okay? Inside the game, he had 28 million live viewers. That compares to the highest rated TV show in America, which is Monday Night Football, which only has 14 million live viewers. He doubled that rating, and then by the end of the month, nearly 400 million people had watched that show. Across his 4 15-minute shows, he generated over $20 million in digital sales. So already we're seeing massive economies being built, we're seeing time and location becoming fluid, and we're already seeing TV networks being impacted and disrupted by these metaverse opportunities, and that's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. We're working around the world with our partners and our customers, with banks, with governments, with retailers, with merchants, and we're helping showcase and demonstrate where the world is going, what that roadmap looks like. But companies have to start experimenting now, because this level of disruption is going to be so great, and it's going to touch on every industry. This is not just isolated. And because we've got global view, what's really interesting is we're seeing demand for metaverse and immersive experiences coming from all over the world. It's not from isolated regions, and the demand is coming from gamers. This is a culture change. This is a culture shift, and it's going to be a transaction shift around there, but the demand is coming from gamers. Across this region alone, across MEA and into North Africa, there are 350 million gamers. The average age is about 26 years of age, and it's predominantly female. So that generation are looking for the next level of services. It's not going to be flat services. It's going to be gamified, it's going to be immersive, and the size of those economies are going to be absolutely huge. So as I said, we're working with our partners, with our customers, already building out these service plays, rolling out this infrastructure, and making sure that our customers are going to be ready for this future that's going to happen extremely quickly.